Welcome back to my Legends Expanded Universe chronological timeline rating, where I go through the expanded universe according to my personal timeline order and rank each and every individual piece of media on a 10-point scale. Today I have Tales of the Jedi, The Fall of the Sith Empire, issue number 4, the second last issue in the series already. This one resumes where we left off. Jory is shocked by Gav's killing Arba, and Gav flees, but he flees in this ship and goes into another ship and then blasts off to go find Naga Sadow because he realizes he's made a mistake and trusted the wrong person, so he's going to get to Naga Sadow, but he's purposely leaving a trail so that Jory can follow him. So Jory gets in a ship and calls Empress Teta's forces, and they all are following Gav to where he's going. Meanwhile, on Coruscant, the Naga Sadow's concentration slips because Gav engages him, and Gav is like, I'm gonna stop you. And when he comes up on Naga Sadow's meditation sphere, which is over this lava world, and because of that, Naga Sadow's concentration slips, and we find out that these tens of thousands of ships, not all of them are real. I should have suspected that the first time around, but I didn't, and it was another surprise here again. I'd forgotten that he didn't really have tens of thousands of ships. He only has some. They're not as huge a force. They're still a big force, but not as huge as the Jedi had thought. A lot of them are Sith mirages. And so the Jedi realize that on Coruscant. There's a really great panel of their lightsabers all held above their heads in celebration, and they're chanting, "The Republic will not fall," as they rush in and defeat the few Sith that there actually are when they see that it's a lot of mirages. Then meanwhile, back in the Empress Teta system, Uru and Odin are being overwhelmed and surrounded, and Odin has this amazing moment. He's the little brain tentacle thing with elf ears, and he sticks his tentacle outside of his little crystal ball, which is how he survives, because even though oxygen is deadly to him, the gases in his little ball are lethal to oxygen breathers. So he sends Odin and all of their forces to retreat, and then he cracks. He puts his tentacle out of the crystal ball and cracks it, and then his last words before saying this are, "May the winds flow well," which is just great because he's willing that all the poisonous gases to those people in his little sphere float around and kill as many Sith as possible, which is a really cool moment there. And then Odin, of course, embraces Uru and says goodbye to his master, this little blob of tentacles, which is, pretty depressing. So then Gav convinces Naga Sadow convinces Gav that they should talk. So Gav goes on to Naga Sadow's ship via a shuttle, and he's been tricked because Naga Sadow is not there. Where is Naga Sadow? Now Gav is trapped on the meditation sphere, but just then Jory and the Empress Teta ships emerge from hyperspace, and they're calling for Gav to surrender, and Gav's like, no, I have information on the Sith Empire. And then he transmits some coordinates to the Sith Empire, and he's like, all of the forces are here. Their empire is unprotected. You can go cripple them there, since all of their ships are here trying to cripple us. And so that he transmits those, but then Naga Sadow has laid a trap, and he comes out with his other forces from behind the planet and engages Empress Teta in blaster fire, but then Naga Sadow uses his Sith sorcery to pull up lightning from the lava planet, and it's going to destroy all the ships. So Gav is like, fall back and go to these coordinates and cripple the Sith Empire. Their worlds are unprotected. So the Empress Teta and those ships blast off to hyperspace to go to Sith space, right as the meditation sphere explodes with Gav on it. And so there's a nice bit of Gav saying, goodbye, Jory, and Jory saying, goodbye, Gav. Nice moment. Reminiscent of, Jason and Jaina, siblings who one makes a bad decision and pays for it. And then the sister is left reeling from that. So similar story here. That's where it ends, on that panel of the meditation sphere blowing up and Gav and Jory's goodbye to each other. That surprised me. That was a tough ending there for Gav's character. Good writing. Overall, this is a really solid issue. as always, it's Tales of the Jedi. There's no not solid issue. This is probably one of the better ones from Tales of the Jedi, The Fall of the Sith Empire so far. It's a solid 6 out of 10 in my opinion. The story is done really well. Things are really moving here. The battle is unfolding. There's some great moments. There's some death. There's some sacrifice. There's some heartbreak. And things are leading to a conclusion that's going to be a huge mistake by the Republic, which I will talk about in issue 5. But what about you guys? How many stars out of 10 would you give Tales of the Jedi, The Fall of the Sith Empire, issue number 4? Let me know.